Hey everybody, it's Cody, Dixieline RC here. So today we're going to unbox the new Vanquish VS410 Fordyce. Fordyce. I don't know how to pronounce it properly. It's Ford with a YCE on the end of it. It's cool. It looks like a Jeep thing. I don't really know what they were kind of going after, but anyway, it's fine. This is the proven VS410 chassis. That's in all the other VS410s. The difference in this one and, like, say, the Phoenix is this one has just the VFD. It doesn't have the VFD twin. So this one just has 6.5% overdrive to the front. It does not have the dig or the selectable overdrive like the VFD twin. It does have straight axles. You know, they say 47 degrees of steering. You get 32 pitch spur and pinion gears, which is cool. This one does come with a brushed motor, ESC, receiver, radio, you know, all the normal stuff like that for just a ready to run. According to what I hear, the stock electronics in these are pretty good. They're not terribly bad compared to, say, the other two big brands, as far as how they last and how they actually work. These are a little bit cheaper than the Phoenix. These are $459.99 versus the $480, which is how much the Phoenix is. I kind of hope they release this one in like a kit form. I kind of dig this body a little bit more than the Phoenix. I do like the Phoenix, but this kind of has like a mashup of like a Power Wagon, a Jeep, like a, I don't know, forward control, just all kinds of, not a forward control, what was that Jeep thing? Anyway, the doors kind of look like that. I don't remember what the name of it is, but the box is cool. It's got, I'm going to open up the gray one. I have the gray one and the blue one in stock. The blue one's on this side of the box here. I like how they do the colors for each box. Just each one of them talks about the side, you know, what comes in it. This side's got all the electronics in it, and this side just talks about shocks and wheels and tires and things like that. Underside talks about the axles and the chassis and, you know, all the things like that. This one does look like it has some sort of selectable overdrive, maybe? I don't know. I don't know what exactly it has, but it does have a spot for a, it does have an overdrive servo mount. So I guess you can choose to have it or not. I don't know. I've never had one of these, so I don't really know exactly what in the world is included with it, kind of deal. So, you know, just all new to me in some form or fashion. I'm going to take this out of the box. I'll be right back. Alright, so we have this thing out of the box. Of course, first look at it, I noticed that the front end is very much more narrow than I thought it was going to be. I knew it was probably a little narrow, but pictures don't really show it justice as far as how narrow it actually is. Pretty cool. 1.9 beadlocks. They are plastic. Of course, you probably might want to go to something metal. I do like the way those beadlocks look, though. That's a nice looking wheel. Falcon Wild Peak MT tires. Just the basic everything hidden. I think it's got hidden. It does. So it still does the front hinge where the back of the body goes up. So it still does have hidden body post. No body post in the front. The back has the two that you unclip and just flip it forward. We'll do that in a second. So it comes with a bag with some tools. Actually batteries for the remote, which is pretty cool. You don't see that very often. A couple of extra rod ends. Looks like an extra front body mount piece. That extra shaft that runs through the front that holds the body to the bumper mount. Then just the basic 4-channel remote. I don't really know much about these. I'm assuming most people probably don't keep these, but 4th channel is just a on-off switch. That's cool. I don't know where the 3rd channel is. I don't see a 3rd channel. Oh, channel 3 is the button up top. So you get a button up top, of course, steering and throttle trim, then 4th channel, steering, throttle. You know, same old, cheap remote. That's how that goes. It's got a manual in it. I'm not taking that out. I don't feel like looking at that. So let's look at the body. Of course, like I said, the front's more narrow. You do get a molded front grille, a molded front bumper. Looks like a spot to put some sort of LEDs. It may already have an LED in it. I cannot tell. No, it does not. But it does have a spot for LEDs. You can see up in the front there, it does have a spot to put an LED. Probably the Phoenix square ones or whatever. What were those things called? The icons. I don't know what they were, but anyway, they probably bolt directly into that. I'm assuming that would work as well. They generally do a good job with that. Get some pretty good steering out of this. Man, that's actually pretty good. You do have a rear cage setup with bed sides on it. This one's kind of get a little crunch to it already. That's not good. It does have a cage set up in the back with a receiver box, but I'm assuming that's just a fuel cell. I'm assuming there's probably no wires in that. There is probably not a receiver box then. I don't know if it's waterproof or not, but you can take the lid off of it. You can probably put something in there, I'm going to assume. Probably really hard to take on and off on the trail. It does have buckets for the back as well, so you can put in lights in the rear if you want to have those also. Looks like all the stickers on the body can be removed. The Fordyce or Fordyce or whatever sticker can be removed. The Vanquish sticker on the hood can be removed. The door ones can be removed, and all the rear ones can be removed as well. They're just stuck on just a separate piece, which is good because maybe you don't want all this stuff on it. I don't really care for that Fordyce. That's just a weird name. So to remove the rear or to remove the body or to just take it up, there's, like, you can see that clip right there. You just remove that. And there's one on the other side also. You take it and just fold it forward. It doesn't go very far, which is probably the reason why there's a gap in this bumper as well. I'm not a big fan of that, but, whatever. The VFD, they could have done better at that. That's weird. So let's do this. Let me take this off. If you want to take the body off, there is a clip right here in the front that you pull down. It removes, you can now remove this bar. Take that bar out right there. And then just remove the body all the way around, which is what you want to do to take it off. It does have a front radiator with two little fans on the back. The servo, the VFD. The VFD has a motor that goes underneath it. I think you can put a Fusion in here, like the new Fusion Pro. I know you can't put the old Fusion in there because it's too long. I do know that. Just a basic 1060 it looks like with a 4-channel receiver. Just a basic servo. Doesn't have any information on the servo. I'm assuming it's probably just a basic run-of-the-mill 200-ounce servo. Nice big battery tray. Does come with an XT60 plug. That's a big battery tray, really, realistically. Oh, so I saw pictures of this thing when it first came out, and it looked like there was a servo mount in the back, and there is a place for a servo. I don't know what you would use that for back here in the back, but it looks like a servo will fit there, so that's cool. Big chassis brace back here in the back. I do notice that they use a bunch of 2.5mm hardware, which is ridiculous. They could have just run regular old 3mm button heads, but apparently they went 2.5. Everything else, which you know what though, it is bothersome to take apart, but it is a stronger bolt. The head of it itself will be stronger. It will last longer. It will hold up better. So I guess can't be too mad about it, I suppose. But either way, do get a plastic slider that I think the body kind of sits into, not really like sunk into, but it does sit into it. You do get a nice set of metal links, front and rear. The lowers are way thicker than the uppers. Looks like the lowers are going to be a 7mm, and I'm sure these are going to be way, way smaller than that. Yeah, they're about a 3.5mm. So, that's fine. You get a little bit more weight towards the bottom. It does have the straight axle F9s, offset front. The VFD skid plate's a big old huge thing. Only works with this particular, like this axle will only fit with this skid and vice versa. So, basic normal stuff with the RTR, just elevated probably just a little bit. I do think everybody likes these axles and they seem to work very well. People use them in a lot of comp builds and stuff like that, so I'm assuming they're probably good. I usually can't keep any in stock. I keep these and the Portal ones in stock, the axle kits, and I generally can't keep them. They're usually gone all the time. So, it does have a spot for front rock lights that you can take out of these fender liners. It does have molded inner fenders as well, which is cool, something you don't see very often with any of these, technically. So you do get their what they call SC8 shocks, which is like, I'm assuming, an 8mm big bore shock, which these don't really look very big bore. They look very Traxxas-y type shocks, kind of slender. But I hear good things about these shocks as well. So, you know, it is what it is. So, good look at the Falcon Wild Peak MTs. I don't know much about these. I don't know if they're any good or not. They feel really sticky. Of course, you get the bead locks, plastic bead locks. Like I say, I like the style of this wheel. I wish that was in a metal, like maybe like a silver, or maybe like with a red one with this gray. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. But overall, I mean, you know, this is what, their second attempt at an RTR, a full ready to run without being a fully crazy kit. I know the Ultras and the Pros and all that were really cool because they had metal, aluminum, everything, which is cool. But a lot of people don't want to buy an $800 truck. So, you know, a $460 truck is probably the answer. And this seems to be the ticket. I do hope they come out with a kit for this, because I think that would be great for one of these, to be honest. But I don't know. We shall see. But I like this body. Overall, I think it's great. I mean, realistically, for, you know, a couple of, you know, $20 more than, say, like a Element Ecto, it's probably just as good, if not better, than the Ecto. Hard to tell. I don't know. I haven't really driven either one of them, so I don't really know. But, you know, I don't know. But I like it. I think it's cool. I'm glad there's other options. I know everybody wanted another Pro Ultra style truck, and I think it's coming, but I don't know when. But this is a good, nice, another RTR option on the market. Not everybody wants to build kits, so keep that in mind. All right, so there's my. Let's do it again. All right, so there's my first look at the Vanquish Fordyce. I don't really know how to, like I say, I can't pronounce it. I don't really know the proper term to pronounce it. I didn't listen to anybody else say it. I could have watched Josh's video probably and heard the proper way to pronounce it, but I didn't. I didn't do it, so sorry. Overall, I think this is a really cool RTR. I mean, really, for $460, it's probably going to perform pretty well. Probably just throw a Fusion Pro in it and be done, and, you know, put a decent, you know, servo in it, reefs or power hop, whatever, and it'll probably do very well. It's got a decent amount of steering angle, decent overdrive. These axles seem to hold up very well. Gears seem to hold up pretty well. The transmission, I know you can get lightened machine stuff and get rid of the centered gears and make it about bulletproof for not a whole bunch of money. I think the full gear set's like $60 for front and the transfer case ones or whatever. But not too bad. You know, you don't have to do that either. So if you plan on running a bunch of power, it's probably a good idea, but you don't have to do that. So I like it. I like the little bedside side skirt things that kind of just match flow with the body. That's fantastic. I like that. That's nice. I like the fact you can remove all the stickers in case you don't want them. This Vanquish one up here on the hood is hideous looking, so it would be the first thing to go in mine for sure. But, you know, I don't know. I hope we get a kit. I really do hope there's a kit coming for this, because I would love to build a kit and maybe the option of portals or straight axle as well. I don't know. I'd probably build a portal one. I think it'd be cool. It'd be neat to see one of these with a portal one, low stance, you know. I don't know. But overall, I like it. I have these on the website. They are available to ship. I have boxes to ship these in, so they're set up to ship as well. It is not cheap. Of course, everybody knows everything's going up, and shipping is not one of those ones that's going down. They keep changing rates, and they keep going up. So I can't offer free shipping like most big stores, because I just don't have the overhead, or I don't have the, you know, I don't sell enough of these to justify it. So, you know, I do keep them in the store, though, and I'll have them at events. So if you happen to see one and you want one there, I'll have one there. So that's it. And thanks for watching, everybody, and we'll see you next time.